think she wanted dry noodles?
Like you...
I'm on fire.
You should probably get off my couch. You don't like ranch.
No.
Alright, so now you're 0 for 2. Hello, and welcome to the show. I'm your host, Anton Wicklund, and with me is Jovia Faye.
Poop.
Way to start it off strong. And also, Mike Larson.
Oh, hi.
Oh man, you're really just killing it. We're killing it right now.
Yeah, we're so good at this.
I say the show because we don't have a title. I don't know if I mentioned that to you, Mike. We don't actually have a title.
It just kind of happens.
Yeah,
I was trying to
to
workshop it while we were at Applebee's.
You weren't workshopping it. You put a random
I
name
was
generator
workshopping.
up.
I went to a name generator and I was refreshing it, and I was just throwing out the ones that I thought were cool, like Salty Legend.
I wanted to call it Dicks and Disney Dresses, but you said no.
That's not appropriate.
That's kind of how my D&D character got its name. I was literally just hitting refresh on the name generator, and then I gave up.
What did you end up with?
The Silver Spire. I went for the most lame thing I could find.
You should have went with Dicks and Disney Dresses. That would have been a way
True,
better
but that
one.
would have been really weird for an elf to just be, hey, Dicks, can you...
So what I think at one point, we had, what was it? Antisocial Report was one of them.
Uh-huh.
Miscellaneous Report was one of them.
I said Miscellaneous Musings.
Miscellaneous Musings
in
is...
response to that one.
Alliteration is always good.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm always going for alliteration as often as I can.
I wanted to go for something like... See, the problem is trying to find out what names are already taken is kind of a bitch.
I feel like that would be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, that's the hardest part.
Until somebody messages you and is like, hey, fucking stop.
I mean, that's what happened to Shane with before it was Sidge Gaming, whatever the hell. Sorry, Shane, I have no idea.
What was it before
when
that?
he was working with Ryan? I don't remember at all.
What the fuck was it? It was
like Two Stupid Gamers. It was something equally retarded. I know that's nowhere near what the name was. It was
great show, though. That was my favorite cartoon, Two Stupid Gamers. My favorite
Two
late night.
Stupid Gamers.
Yeah. Yeah, what the fuck was that name?
Oh, I have no fucking clue. I'll have to look it up later, or just message Shane and be like, hey, what the hell was the name of your channel that got fucking pulled?
Yeah, you heard about that, right?
No.
He had, his YouTube channel had a specific name for a while, and then somebody messaged him in the same vein. It was Sedge something, and... Halfwit Gaming.
There you go.
It was.
I was like, sorry, not to say it was retarded, but that was the idea. I was making fun of themselves.
It was Halfwit Gaming, and they were Halfwit Productions or something like that, and they'd been making content for
like
a while before he got it, and they just politely were like, could you not?
Yeah.
And
then
like, okay,
Shane looked and he's like, I guess I could have looked them up because they had like millions of followers, where I'm like, you literally could have just Google searched it and realized you fucked up. But you don't think of that, you know.
No.
Well, often.
The first time, I don't know, I don't expect many people to actually hear this, but the first time we tried to do a podcast, it was supposed to be a wrestling podcast, and I went with ampersand, but it was a play on words in the way it was spelled, like it was like amper, parentheses, and that was fucked up because there are a fuck ton of podcasts and like SoundCloud shows and shit called ampersand, and much more fitting because they're about like writing and poetry, and I'm like wrestling.
Something that applies to
that. Well, the ampersand thought was just like I wanted it to be wrestling and something else.
Stuff, yeah.
But it didn't. That format just didn't really work that well. Which I pitched to you too. Actually, I wanted to call this one like failed format or broken format or something like that.
Anything like recognizing the fact that we really have no.
It's just
we're not going in with an idea. We might like softball some shit to each other ahead of time.
It's a workshop. And just spitball an idea, and then we can workshop it for 15 minutes, and then move on to something that has nothing to do with what the fuck we were talking about.
You hear a bell in the background. Anyway,
ding ding. Drew Carey's sitting in the back, like we're done now. Moving on.
Like, stop talking about that thing. But I want to make fun of Colin's baldness some more. No one cares.
Everyone cares. Let's be fair. Everyone cares. I think I also...
Yeah, but he's a stud, so it's fine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally.
Canadian beauty.
I wanted to make like a construction joke or like a wood joke there, but there's nothing. Just the idea was fleeting. It would have been cool, but it's not happening. So
it's like every time I've ever been like jokes, and you're like low hanging fruit, don't want to figure out how to word it, and I'm like, yep.
No, had nothing. Inversely, had nothing. You'll probably have something. I don't know. You'll figure it out.
It's like when I hear something where I can like do a that's what she said, but you can't go with just that's what she said, and you're like, I could construct a dirty joke from this, but instead I'm just gonna be like, jokes.
Doth is what she proclaimed.
Yeah.
That should be the new one.
Just let someone else piece it together.
Yeah, like, pretty much.
Basically.
And there's been times where I've said jokes and somebody else has come up with something hilarious, and I'm like, see, at least I like...
It's kind of like the notion of horror movies where they're like, we're not going to show you the monster because what we're going to show you in no way can compare to
what your brain is thinking.
Yeah. Actually,
yeah.
What was the other one? Bonus quesadilla?
Yes. Which came about because we were at Applebee's with friends, and...
By the way, don't go to Applebee's.
You just don't go to Applebee's.
Don't ever go to any
PSA,
Applebee's ever.
I don't know why anybody goes to Applebee's except for, well, you can't think of anywhere else to go for you and 10 of your closest friends to sit and bullshit.
And you really
and
want,
and definitely know that you're not taking up more space than is needed because nobody's at the fucking place.
Applebee's is great, like, if you really want a McRib year-round, but you also want it to be worse and not on a bun.
Yeah, basically.
And called riblets.
If that's what you're into.
Yeah.
Because, what, 3 different people ordered an appetizer platter.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Nobody got it right.
Fucking... Let's back it up and start from the beginning, because it was a train wreck from start to finish.
Literally from the very beginning of sitting down.
That's why it took us so long to leave and get back here. Like, it was a fucking train wreck.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
we get there... We were supposed to be there at 7. Then, at some point, it was clarified that, like, I don't know, a bunch of shit was all fucked up. So somewhere between 7 and 8.
Yeah. So we get there about 7:30, and we are still the first people there. Which is fine. Adulting. A lot of people were doing adult things, and it pushed them back. Except for Sammy, who was sleeping, even though she planned the whole thing.
In the most Sammy move possible, planned the event, was not on time.
Yeah, was not on time.
Yeah.
Slept through... And then wakes up and, like, can anybody give me a ride? And we're already sat and ordering drinks.
Oh,
and
yeah,
we're like, no, but you're, like, a 15-minute walk away.
I was gonna say, like, she's right there.
Yeah, you live, like, right there. And then she shows up and she's wearing, like, booty shorts. And we're like...
And complaining, nonetheless, being like, that sucked, I hate you all.
And we're like, you could have worn literally anything else. Which, you know, the plan was for at least some of everybody to dress up for no reason except for getting fancy and going to Applebee's is hilarious. But she shows up in, like, booty shorts, and I'm like, you're not even dressed up, you're just dressed hot, which is fine.
Yeah,
but once you realized you were walking,
it's kind of cold.
You just put on pants, longer socks, I don't know, literally anything.
The
whole thing's fucking...
A Snuggie? Like, anything would have been great at that point.
Anything else. And then we all sit down, and at this point we've been waiting, like, we had soda. Yeah, we personally were already waiting like 40 minutes.
Yeah, we were waiting for at least 20 minutes before we even got sat. They didn't clean our table. That party left 15 minutes before we were sat, and they had like 4 tables connected. They didn't clean the tables until the moment before they called us over to the table.
Yeah. And we sit, and everybody, like, most everybody ordered fucking alcoholic drinks, so they have to get them from the bar, and we got soda. Takes us like 10 minutes to get the soda. And, we're getting the rest from the bar. But one person orders chocolate milk, and she goes, well, that comes from the bar. And we're already like...
Why? You have that on tap? Like, like, what was it, Old Country Buffet? Remember that shit?
To be fair, it's Wisconsin, so probably.
Well, but Old Country Buffet had that shit on tap.
Yeah. Like, you get it from...
dedicated fucking spigot to just chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk. And she finally gets it, and at this point, she's waited a half an hour for chocolate milk, and she comes over with, like, the tiny little plastic bottle.
The true moo.
Yeah. And it's just like,
tap, right?
well, this is only $1, so we figured we'd go with this, and she just looks up and is immediately like, oh, what? Did I just wait 30 minutes for a tiny bottle of... I'm going to drink this in 2 minutes.
Well, you forget that they had to process the milk, make it chocolate, and then bottle it, seal it, brand it, and do all that stuff.
They had to do all
so
that.
the fact that only took a half an hour, you should be fucking glad.
Right, really. Yeah. I don't know what we're complaining about. This is first world white person shit right now, and it's not.
But yeah, and then like 3 different people ordered fucking appetizer platters, which that was.
Oh my god!
They're just coming over with platter after platter of shit, and it's like, who got this? And we're like, we're not entirely sure, because an appetizer platter has X number of things, and some people ordered like the platter, and other people ordered 3 different appetizers for X amount of money, which is full servings as compared to a platter. So that's your job, because we haven't seen the portions it's supposed to come out in. So I don't know. And then everybody who ordered the platter, which is supposed to come with chips and salsa, mott sticks, and boneless wings.
Everybody basically got like chips and salsa, boneless wings, and there was one order of mott sticks and one order of the wonton tacos or whatever.
Yeah,
people, motherfuckers are just passing shit back and forth like it's Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but everybody ordered an appetizer platter, which was supposed to be 3 things. Also got like half a quesadilla.
Yeah, the bonus quesadilla, which is where the whole idea came from.
That's where we got the whole bonus quesadilla.
But we're in too deep now, so we gotta finish.
And I don't remember who else even. There were a few full meals, and the poor girl who ordered the chocolate milk, she ordered a side of the fucking 4-cheese macaroni and cheese, but by default comes with like
it's a whole
honey
portion.
glazed chicken tenders and bacon in it, which is weird enough on its own. Like and she's just like, okay, can I get that with just the mac and cheese, which again is odd enough that that's not just on the menu anywhere. And she's like, oh, okay, but the sauce already comes on it. And we all just looked over at the waitress
like, bitch, did you think she wanted dry noodles?
Yeah, like what, how did you just process what she said? And she was like, no, that's fine. I just don't want the chicken or the bacon. I don't want any meat in it. I just want the macaroni and the cheese sauce. And we all watch her write it down.
What?
Yeah. You would think.
Super simple. And it finally all comes, and she sets the plate down, and we look over, and there's fucking bacon bits in it, and we're like,
so close.
How'd you miss this? I don't...
And she wrote it down, too.
It's out of spite.
So, yeah, well, that means that she wrote it down, took it to the kitchen, they made it, totally ignored or missed it, whatever. I can't shit all over them for that.
Like, she said no meat, and they put bacon bits in it. Like, bacon bits aren't meat, that's the chicken tenders.
And then she saw it, and continued to bring it to the table.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. Like, she wrote on the slip, definitely no, underlined it, like, winking at him.
It was just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Did I write that wrong? No?
Yeah, and the funniest part being at the end of everything, like, everybody's getting boxes for shit, and she looks at her and she's like, do you need a box, or are you not taking that home? And she's like, no.
Well, she originally brought her a box.
Yeah.
And she just set it aside.
Like, didn't ask, just...
Yeah,
and I'm not gonna lie, like, the fat kid in me was gonna, like, are you not gonna
eat that 4-cheese bacon mac? Because I'll take that.
It.
It's
I mean, I'm
probably
not gonna pay
even
for it.
good, but...
But I'll take it.
If it's free and you don't want it, I'm just saying.
Then later, like, a rogue chicken tender showed up and was like, take the chicken tender. And I'd be like, I'll take that too. Don't underestimate how much I like food. Even if it is from fucking Applebee's.
Still edible.
Just what a miserable place. What a miserable place from start to finish.
Yeah.
Like,
I think the last 3 times I've been to Applebee's were for quote-unquote parties for people leaving Target.
The most magical place on earth.
And it's just a bunch of people after they get done working who are like, yeah, woo, let's have a beer. Like,
what does that say about like the appreciation for the people leaving Target?
It's so depressing. It's somehow more depressing than
It's
like, walking in the morning.
Oh god, can we upgrade to like a Chili's? For the love of God.
It's across the street. No, it was just so sad because I'm sitting there like, everyone's got their whatever shitty little. Not margarita, but like a beer
the Long
or
Islands.
Yeah,
they're like fucking $1 Long Islands.
Like, I don't know, not alcohol.
How good can it be for $1? You order a Long Island, expensive as it is, knowing that it has like 15 times the fucking alcohol in it.
There was recently like a lot of shit that came out from people that had worked there that are like literally the $1 Long Islands are in like giant construction plastic buckets. It's like...
That's awful. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, it's like shitty fucking plastic jug mix and hardly any tequila. Like, there's not...
Oh, I haven't heard that in a long time.
Jungle
juice? Jesus.
Yeah.
Can we get some Four Loko up in this bitch right now?
Yeah, it's apparently, like, in most restaurants, because of course a bunch of, like, franchise owners were like, I don't know how corporate does it, but I do not keep that in a bucket. And people being like, sure you don't.
Right, yeah. Whatever you gotta tell yourself, it's fine.
It's not a bucket full of sugar water and hardly any well tequila. Sure, why not? But that's their thing. $1 Long Island. For another $1, we can add more tequila.
We'll give you the water for $1, and for another $1, we'll actually add some alcohol.
We'll make it
to
worth your fucking time.
Yeah.
$1.
So $2 Long Islands.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you just say that? That's still a good deal.
Yeah, it's not bad.
No.
And depending on, like, who serves you, or if they like you, you can end up with one that's really, really strong for no apparent reason. Because I've had them where you taste it and you're like, is there alcohol in this? This tastes like Kool-Aid.
And on the flip side, it might also be piss.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
I mean,
it tastes like toxic Kool-Aid. I don't fucking know. Like, I might be in
Jim
Jonestown
Jones
right
eat
now.
your heart
Yeah, might be in Jonestown. And then you give them another $1, and all of a sudden they love you. And then you take a sip, and you're like, oh my god, this is mostly really bad tequila. Oh no. And also, yes.
So just that whole little 2 minutes right there, that's me with almost all alcohol ever. It's just shit and piss. And
this is why you avoid it, because it all just tastes like shit.
Yeah, like that's like I was saying with like.
Have you tried Malort?
Good lord.
I've heard enough.
I feel like you'd really enjoy it.
Yeah, that'd be me just sitting there. I have to be a troll. It's awesome. I can't even talk.
Your eyeballs are bleeding.
It's great. It's great.
Like,
smooth.
Yeah, it's like, have you seen the fake commercial for it?
No.
Oh my god, it's just people doing shot after shot as if they're trying to do take after take and act like it's good when they're doing the shots. And it's like, Malort, I'll have another.
Baked on a buttery flake. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Oh, I'll have to show it to you guys later. It's it's terrible and hilarious, and it looks like it's a plausible version of somebody trying to make a local commercial for it.
If you could find it, if you could pull it up, I'd love to fucking see that. That sounds fantastic.
It's fucking terrible.
I've still never had Malort.
I don't.
What does it taste like?
Sewer water. You know, like...
Wasn't the little, whatever you shared, it said it was like...
the bar rag at the end of the night?
I was going to say, like, the melted glue sticks or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Microwave glue sticks or whatever.
That's a very specific taste. Why do you...
I don't
my first question is like, okay, so who did that? And was like, this is comparable.
But we can't call it melted glue sticks.
Let's go.
Malort sounds better.
Malort.
Let's make it.
Rolls right out the top.
Let's make it worse.
When my great-grandfather arrived in this country, he wanted to share with his neighbors in Chicago.
I'm just gonna have to hold it.
Swedish liqueur recipe. Malort.
Malort.
You usually take the shot and then say Malort. I'll have another.
Nope.
Take the shot. Yeah, that's the tagline.
We're trying to stand it on another phone with a pop socket.
Good enough.
Hello, America. My name's Carl Jepson IV. When my great-grandfather Carl arrived in this country, he wanted to share with everybody his mother's Swedish liqueur recipe.
Naturally.
And as the generations change, our promise remains the same.
Is it actually a Swedish liqueur?
Swedish liqueur in the world.
Yeah.
Malort. I'll have another.
It's the pot.
I'll have another one. I'll have another.
Does this fucking head explode at some point? Because that would be...
I'm just trying to imagine doing more than one shot of Malort ever in a night.
Ice cream. Like riding in first class. It's like you're being picked on in the 5th grade. Right? Yes. Shot right in the line. I'm
Malort.
buried in dirt. It's Malort mixed with dirt.
We're rolling. I can't,
He's catatonic now.
I can't even fully
Just trying
see
to
it.
not vomit.
You just gotta do one more, Carl. Is he?
Just, there's like vomit in his hand.
My name's Carl Jepson IV, and I'm Buzz. But I'm also real proud of my great-grandfather's Swedish Malort. My great-grandfather's Swedish liqueur. Malort. Swedish cuisines and spirits
fuck?
Tastes like an abortion clinic in Iceland. It's a product of a gypsy curse.
Thinner.
I'm sorry. It just tastes like something that would be a product of a gypsy curse.
Oh my god.
Fight somebody, Bob. You know what?
Just vomit down the front of his shirt.
Hello, America.
Oh
Is
god.
he just...
He's just got in a wife beater covered in vomit.
I'll be your friend. I'll be your best friend.
What?
Yeah, that stuff's good.
And here you go. Here's the natural progression of alcohol through the night.
Yeah. Especially Malort.
What's the actual title of that?
Of the video?
Yeah.
Jepson's Malort unaired commercial.
There you go. Go look it up.
It's a jab, don't worry.
And it, like, if anybody's listening not from the Midwest, don't ask.
Is this a thing that does not exist outside of the Midwest?
Oh, no, it does. It's just a very Chicago thing to make other people drink Malort. You don't order Malort unless it's to get somebody else curious as to what the fuck a Malort is.
Right, but then you gotta play it straight. Like, you
Oh,
actually
no.
have to,
You
like,
don't
play
even.
it straight.
No, you will. No, you definitely are. It's like, it's the worst fucking thing ever. You want to try it? It's like very like
Why does that
grade
work?
school shit. I don't know, but it always fucking
I
works.
shit in this cup. You want to taste?
Like,
You know what?
yeah.
Yeah.
And like the
Yeah.
first time I had it was at a company Christmas party with my ex, and this fucking asshole millionaire.
What company Christmas party is
Yeah,
serving
here's some
this?
Well, no, it was at like a dining hall, and everywhere. It doesn't matter how high or low class. Everywhere in Chicago has Malort. I fucking guarantee you. And you're gonna order it, and they're gonna look at you like they want to know who you're torturing, because you're not ordering it for yourself. And if you are, it's to get somebody else to drink it.
Unless you're Austin or Eric.
No, or Steve for some fucking reason. Because
Steve's a bandwagon hopper.
Steve. He does things because it sounds like a cool thing to do.
Right.
I don't know.
He's like
No.
like I imagine Steve as like an old timey like Western bandit, but he's only gonna rob the train if somebody's like, the coolest thing that everybody's doing right now is on that
robbing
train.
it.
That's what he heard in the saloon that day. So he's like,
Yeah,
you know what?
yeah.
You know what? Round up the boys. We're gonna go rob that train.
He's like the Ned of our group. Like, if we were the Try Guys, he would just be Ned, where he's just like, #yeet, but like 2 years from now, for no reason whatsoever.
And it has nothing to do with what yeet is actually used
No,
for.
just
Like he's
hashtag-
raking the leaves in his yard and he's like, #yeet these leaves. And
Yeah.
you're like, no,
No.
Actually,
it's
Like,
not.
it's almost the correct usage, but somehow you made it Old Manny. I don't know how you did that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Old Manny. I love that guy. We used to go down to the car wash all the time. He'd offer me candy. I was like 12, so it was kind of weird.
was there a
But
van?
no, he didn't have the
that's fine.
van.
Then you're good.
Was
He
he
didn't
on
have
a
the van.
lawnmower? I feel like he was on a riding lawnmower for some reason.
No, he had a real, like, I mean, fucking superb, real nice tarp tent out back.
Oh,
That
alright.
was just.
So, like, it looks like the black market in Animal Crossing? Not that you would know
I
what
wouldn't
that
fucking
looked
know
like, but...
because I'm not a fucking nerd of Potsy-like proportions, so I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Says the guy in a Tron hat and a Magic the Gathering hoodie, super not nerdy.
That sounded overly judgmental.
Yeah, for real. What's my T-shirt? Am I also
I know, I don't
completing
know.
full? It's Overwatch. It's Overwatch.
I was gonna say the worst part is I gave you that hoodie, so like I'm not helping anything.
Just
I really-
really a piece of shit wearing that thing I gave you.
Yeah.
That thing that I used to fucking wear.
All the
fucking
time
nerd.
that I got because I worked with the company. Oh wait, I'm digging a hole.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. You got it as like a free promo shit.
It
That's
was-
the
no,
best. Free shit is the
I
best.
was supposed to give it away in a tournament, and I literally called the owner and was like, "We didn't know this was coming. I'm
Fuck
keeping
these
it."
nerds.
Yeah, I was like, "This is
They
mine."
don't deserve this.
Fuck these nerds. They
And
don't
he's like,
deserve
"Oh yeah,
this.
I didn't know that was coming, so it's not like we have anything planned around it." And I was like, "Cool," because I really needed a new hoodie.
I'll tell you what, we'll hold a contest. I'm gonna do a trivia night, and if any one of these fucking nerds has seen a stitch of pussy since they were born, they can have the hoodie. No? I'm just gonna keep it.
I'll just.
I'm not even gonna bother wasting my time.
It's got a really solid MP3 player pocket with like a metal lined headphone hole.
It really does.
It's actually
It's
really
pretty
nice.
sweet. Works well as a debit card holder.
Yeah.
Also works well as a clip holder for my bre. Sometimes you gotta whip it out on some fools. You gotta regulate. You know what I mean? In white suburbia.
Yeah, clearly. in the whitest of suburbia. We are in the most white suburban, quaint-ass fucking town, to a point where, like, I want to walk around in a shirt that's just like, this place is so fucking quaint during major events.
I still feel like you should.
And just see how long it takes somebody to try to call a cop on my t-shirt.
You can get away with it if you, like...
I would bleep out, like, the U and the C, because for some odd reason that makes the word completely fucking unreadable. And that would be it. I just, like, F*******King. This place is so fucking quaint.
Forking.
I feel like it'd be funnier. Oh, there it is. And you could also get away with it if you would do F*** copyright symbol King, because then that's just enough, but still funny, but also has the air of like, steal my design and I'll fucking see the shit out of it.
Oh, and I could sell that too for other small shitty towns. Like the one time we were with Sean and we were Pokemon hunting, we started counting how many fucking plaques are in this
Oh
town.
my god, it's insane.
It's like every 10 feet there's a plaque, and it's for like dead locals. Like in memory of Bob. And you're like, okay, when did Bob die? And it's like 1973, bench built in 2004. And you're like, what the fuck?
There's like, there's video of this guy from...
There's like a 40-year gap between when he died and when he was recognized for, I don't know, whatever the fuck he said that one time at
Taking
the company
out his
Christmas
garbage
party.
every day. Yeah. Didn't miss one single garbage day.
Yeah.
Not one.
I just so fucking quaint.
That's how white we are.
So quaint.
Garbage day. Just take it down to the curb because that's important.
And
yet-
it's like, you know what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
good for you. You did
Good
it
for you,
all by
man.
yourself. Wow. It
It's so
sounds so
amazing.
quaint that they moved our dumpsters from a convenient location to next to the bar next door because it looked like an eyesore to have them in front of the building, therefore.
Is that why there were people yelling and hooting and hollering when I was walking in?
It's possible, or because we
What,
live
out
next door
back
to
of the
four.
bar
like
next
to
door?
the right, to the right.
No, those are what we call classless people.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I feel attacked, but okay.
Because we
Sitting
live
here in
next
my
door to like
fucking-
3 bars in, you know, quaint ass white America. Which
Oddly
means,
enough-
of course, it's a lot of fucking alcoholics.
Oddly enough, that bar used to be a trashy, classless dive bar, and then they closed it down, and they did all this fucking renovation to it, and now it's a classless, trashy dive bar.
But more geared towards college students instead of old alcoholics.
Perfect.
No, absolutely not. No. When Dan ran it, it was fucking way geared towards, well, both. Because aren't college students and trashy alcoholics kind of the same thing,
It's-
Players Pub?
basically?
No.
I've never
Yeah,
even been.
see?
You don't even want to talk
See?
about it.
See?
I've
See?
never
About
even
That's how
been.
bad that bar is.
I've never even been into this bar, and
That's-
I drive by it and I
You're
feel
too far away
grimy.
to high five, but
Like,
I drive by
don't.
and I feel grimy,
it's
and
Yeah.
I don't.
No, it's...
that.
I've seen video from inside.
Oh
I've
my
I've
God.
seen from
It
afar.
looks
I've
sticky.
seen
From
filth.
outside, it looks sticky.
like the way you guys describe Players to me feels like when you drive past what used to be a Blockbuster, and the name is just in filth on the front.
You
like,
can totally make out that it was Blockbuster.
Yeah, like it's,
and they just put up another sign in front of
It's
it,
like a
but you can
Dollar Tree
still
now.
tell. Yeah,
they tried to glue over it. Like,
yeah, but you can still tell.
Yeah.
Because, Comic Sans.
Yeah.
And that's
It's fine.
the professional font of the future. Comic Sans is the future, dare I say.
Have you seen the combination of Comic Sans and Papyrus? That's just the most biggest abomination of a
What
font.
is everybody's... That's on a lot of the podcasts I listen to now. Papyrus is, like, coming under attack.
Papyrus was, like, the cool font, like, when, like, everybody was starting to do graphic design and more independent companies were making
Oh,
their
that
own
was the
shit.
one that was, like, it's edgy and it
Yeah,
looks...
yeah, this was the futuristic, like,
Given the
cool
50
kid.
bullshit, all the exact same fonts that
Yeah.
any program will give
Papyrus
you.
was the only one that looked, like, readable, printable, and somehow classy. But then it was taken over by, like...
I feel personally attacked.
I loved that font, and then I saw where it got bad, because, like, you know those shops that show up in malls that sell exclusively, like, teddy bears and calendars for some reason?
Yeah.
They all used that font, so all of a sudden it was immediately uncool. It's like when your uncle discovers Twitter, so you quit Twitter.
I just feel like... like I'm dying. But I
Don't
feel
do
like-
that, it's bad for your health.
I feel like everybody's sleeping on wingdings, and that's...
Oh, dude, I used to know every command in, like, Wingdings. Ever.
Everybody's sleeping on wingdings. We should get wingdings tattoos.
I'm down.
just
It's just random symbols that already exist. But if we spell out, like, our anniversary date in Wingdings...
Does that shit work out in numbers, too?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
1, 2, or 3. Aren't there like 3 different things of it?
Yeah, it's like if you hold Control or Shift or Alt, you can change almost everything in Wingdings.
Just don't tell Steve about this, because then he'll memorize
Wingdings
it.
is the coolest. It's the hip new thing that everyone's doing right now.
I don't doubt that somehow we open up Facebook in 2 hours having not put this up and he's got a status in
He just
Wingdings.
knows. He just knows.
Like when he texted me last week.
Yeah.
Like he's just like,
What are you
what?
up
Random
to? I
thought.
haven't heard from you in 3 days. Why are you asking now that I'm over at somebody's place?
And it's like the same shit that I just said. Like he gets on. He wouldn't use that term. Sleeping on. There's no way he would use that term.
No.
He's gonna be like, I feel like everybody's sleeping on Wingdings, so this whole message is gonna be in Wingdings. Good luck translating it.
Yeah.
Bitches.
I wish you could just copy and paste.
It sounds like a
and change
Daniel
them up.
Tosh sarcastic thing. Everyone's sleeping on this. So.
Yeah.
I forgot that man existed. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm sorry.
You're probably better off.
No, I mean I enjoyed the show.
Oh,
I
I
enjoyed
hated
it.
the show.
I
I liked
enjoyed it.
Daniel Tosh before he had that show. It's like, you were literally Bob Saget, but of YouTube. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I mean, Zack Ryder is the Zack Ryder of YouTube, and you love him. So what is the?
Zack Ryder. He took a shitty character and ran with it, and it's almost the same thing, but Daniel Tosh was already established.
Well, so was Bob Saget.
Yeah, it was just him running with that same weird character. Hence, Daniel Tosh.
I never got that.
Bob Saget.
I never got that because Bob Saget had the distinct. He did the.
Yeah,
walk
but
over here and
have you
fucking
ever
break my face on the stairs.
Oh, you mean his speaking over the
Yeah,
videos? Yeah. I just meant, have you seen his actual stuff?
What? Tosh?
No,
Saget.
Oh, it's fucking. Well, it used to be fucking filthy as
it
shit.
still is. He's super filthy, and it's just him. Like, I know I was in fucking Full House. Am I right? And you're like, I have a lot of feelings about what's happening.
What
here.
happened to Danny Tanner?
Yeah.
Apparently a lot of coke.
Well, hey, that's
I'll
par for the
do that.
course.
Comedians.
This reminds me of all of those Thomas the Tank Engine VHSs that I watched with Carla narrating it, not knowing what. So me being like 6. Just, all right.
Wait,
whatever.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah.
Carlin narrated Thomas the Tank Engine for years.
Like as the legitimate?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, like the storyteller. Yeah.
Oh.
And wasn't he also in Mr. Rogers?
He might. I don't know.
I think he was.
I'm not going to confirm or deny that because I have no idea.
That's fair.
But yeah.
I'll grow a set and make a fucking statement that you have no basis in. Come on.
Girl
like
is set in
like
law.
everyone else.
Let's
All
put out
of
some
that
fake
on
news.
purpose.
Yeah. Google that shit.
Don't do it.
Because I could be wrong. I know there was some comedian that didn't belong in Mr. Rogers, but I can't remember if it was Carlin. It's much like...
I'll bet you. I'll put money on this. It was Andrew Dice Clay.
Well, he was Mr. Conductor in Shining Time Station because I just looked up Carlin and Mr. and that's what I got.
At least they're being proper about it. Mr. Carlin.
Carlin, Mr.
Yeah, it was... Shining Time Station was Mr. Rogers. I was very confused for him, and I'm like, I swear that is the thing that I'm looking for. Yeah, he
Was the conductor a puppeteer, or was it? Oh,
No,
no, it wasn't
he
actually.
was-
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Wait, who's that second picture?
I have
Is
no
that
fucking
Carlin?
clue.
Or is that just a cosplay?
No, because that looks like what's-his-face from the fucking Beatles.
Google Carlin,
Ringo
Mr.
Starr? 'Cause he
yeah,
was
it looks like it's Ringo Starr.
Because he was also
Yeah. Yeah, it's Ringo.
the guy person.
Did he guessed it on it?
No,
Or, like,
he
took
he
it
did,
over
he
at
did
one
it.
No,
point?
he did do it.
I forget who was before the other, but yeah, they both did it because I've got VHSs with both of them on it. But that's like I was saying, it's just
Now, when you
bizarre.
say you have VHSs,
it's like legit.
Like episode
produced
ones.
VHSs
Yeah.
with sleeves and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well,
I didn't know
had
that
a
they
bunch
did
of.
that.
Oh yeah, they did that with a lot of kids shows. Because growing up, I think my thing was Barney when I was like 3.
No, I had a fuck ton of Barney VHSs.
Yeah, and all of them were like, much like the Pokemon ones or like the DBZ ones, it's like 1 to 3 episodes per VHS. Like Donnie's thing was
Well, those
Blue's
are longer
Clues.
though.
Yeah.
Those
And-
Thomas ones are I don't know,
They're like
5 or 6 at
Oh,
least
okay.
because they're like 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, like Donnie's thing was fucking Blue's Clues, and he had like one that had like 2 episodes on it that we had to watch the same 2 episodes every
Isn't
fucking
it
day.
fucking fascinating that we fell for that shit? Like, now you can spend $20 and get a Blu-ray, which has, like, an entire 95-minute film on it. Plus, I don't know, 3 hours of bonus footage, and it equates to the same thing. But, like, 20 years ago, we were like...
2
and it
episodes
takes
of
up,
Pokemon!
It takes up such little space. Like, all those fucking... The equivalent of that little shelf over there, there's, like, 15 VHSs. And now, especially with the clamshell case bullshit, but back then, you'd pay $25 for one VHS, and it was literally...
Like 3
one
things.
episode of the show.
My dad had an entire, like, you know, the VHS cabinets where you open it and the doors
Oh,
also
we had
are
one.
shelves?
Yeah, we had
My
at least
dad had
one.
an entire cabinet that was just the entirety of the Star Trek original series, episode by episode.
What a fucking nerd.
He just got rid of it, too. Like, he didn't even try to sell it when we moved. Granted, we didn't have much time for him to try to do it. And the best part is it's not something you can buy. He had it because he worked at a rental shop that shut down and they just gave it to him. So, like, it wasn't even something you could buy. I never looked up how much it's worth because it'd be way too depressing.
Probably not much, I would imagine.
It's either way too much or nothing at all.
I mean,
Because
it's one
it's
of
Star
those...
Trek shit.
In
so
either way, it's going to be depressing.
Yeah, there's not going to be a middle ground.
I mean, it's like it's only worth something if it's like the original release of Star Wars.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, with the Han Greedo shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only way it's worth anything whatsoever. Like, the Mr. Rogers ones would probably be worth something.
Probably.
I feel like they'd be worth more if, like, at the end of it, you know, sometimes on VHS you would get, like, a bonus thing.
Somebody has some
Oh,
random
yeah,
little
some of
thing.
the stuff that didn't translate to DVD, like the bonus behind-the-scenes footage that you get on some of those.
Or, like, an exclusive fucking ninja rap segment where they're like, be on the lookout, and it fucking spins and, like, does the weird 80s trail thing. Be on the lookout for Vanilla Ice ninja rap video in stores this fall. And you're like, I'm never going to see
Circa
that.
1989.
You mean the thing that I actually gave you?
Yeah.
No, really, it was like one of my most prized possessions because it's like the dumbest thing I've ever bought at Goodwill. It was just a VHS.
That's saying a lot.
Yeah.
I just-
No, it's not saying enough. You're really, you need to step your game up. That's the dumbest thing.
Okay, at the
That's a
time when I
treasure.
bought it. Or, like, okay, the dumbest thing that I actually got screamed with excitement about at Goodwill. We'll put
That's
it
fair.
that way.
That's fair.
I
Now we've
found
got
it,
context.
Yeah, and it was like, I was screaming for my mother from across Goodwill to the point random people were coming over, like, what did you find? What treasure did you find?
There's a body in the
And-
bathroom.
like, just a fucking VHS of the Ninja Rap official video with an exclusive interview with Vanilla Ice, which is now on YouTube. Like, you can watch the whole VHS on YouTube. It doesn't even matter. But I was so fucking excited. I found that, and I think a VHS that was named Play That Funky Music. There was just like 3 random music videos of him that I think I gave to you too, and then again,
I
just
don't,
some
I
random
don't think
interview.
I've ever seen that one.
I might have gotten rid of that one. The Ninja Rap mattered to me because it was just the most Vanilla Ice ever fucking interview, and you could also clearly see he was not invested at all. Where he's just like, Ninja Turtles, yup.
I gotta get out of here and go, I don't know, be poorly white somewhere else.
Yeah,
Like,
and that's also the first time that I saw his hand sign, which isn't really much of anywhere except for on the cover of this stupid VHS.
I still can't. Is this it? Is this the one?
Yeah.
Where's the eye come in, though?
You just...
Yeah, it's like, is this the 90s version of Fierce?
Like, I don't know.
I mean, for those, because no, you can't see it, but apparently the hand sign for Vanilla Ice is much like the Live Long and Prosper.
You do that, and then you bring down your pointer finger and your pinky.
So you've just got this very awkward and painful to hold V, which, ow.
Yeah.
Why?
First of all,
Unite.
ow. Second of all, I can only do it with my left hand. You want to see what happens when I try to do it with my right? Because it still cracks me up, because this I can do it no problem. And then I try to do it with my right hand, and every finger
Just-
freaks the fuck out, and it's just like, no.
That's your strong hand.
It's your shooting hand.
That's
Yeah.
how it looks, too. I'm like,
it won't
I'm like,
do
alright,
it in self-preservation.
live long and prosper, and I'm like, let's Vanilla Ice, and everything just starts freaking out, and I'm like, no, just
It doesn't do it because it knows that it's destined for greater things than wasting it on making this shitty fucking V. It's used to represent Rob Van Winkle, which I don't know why he didn't just go with that
Yeah,
name.
right?
Yeah, that
that
would've
that
been-
frustrates me every fucking time. Like, you're telling me your name was Rob Van Winkle, legally, and you ran with the stage name of Vanilla Ice.
Now, is Van his middle name?
No,
Or is
the
Van
last
Winkle
name is Van Winkle.
What do you think his middle name is?
I don't know, because the second you asked that, I'm like, hang on.
Turnwald.
I need
What did you say?
Turnwald.
From Turnwald Van Winkle.
I didn't know that was his name until he did that fucking song with, God damn it.
Father Time?
No, Hooray for Boobies. What fucking
That's
band
not a
is
song,
that?
that's
No,
what I
that's their
like.
album
Yeah.
name.
Psycho Stick?
No.
No, it's
That's way.
Hooray for Bloodhound Gang.
Yeah.
There
See,
you go.
I knew you'd get it eventually.
I knew you like trash music.
The only
Wow!
way, the only way I even remember them is I don't even remember the song. Just the one guy's wearing a Flyers jersey in whatever music video, and I was like, "Those guys are all right." I don't know fucking anything about their music.
Is that what you're? That's,
Yeah.
okay.
That's this
Yeah.
fucking
Sitting here in this giant Flyers
this
hoodie.
blouse that I'm wearing. Yeah.
So, in the most boring turn of events, his middle name is Matthew.
Robert Matthew Van
Robert
Winkle.
Matthew Van Winkle.
Oh, Robert! It gets better.
Yeah,
That's-
Robert Matthew.
That's still
Van
kind of a
Winkle.
downer because it's just so boring.
Yeah, it's like how my middle name is really boring. Like Jovia, that's a neat name. What's the rest of your name? And I'm like, don't ask me that, please.
This crazy bitch tell you she wants to take my last name. She wants that responsibility.
Yeah, Wickland. It sounds equally weird to Jovia.
Right, but Faye is so much more convenient
Yeah,
to
but
spell.
everybody assumes that either A, it's my first name, and somehow they've read a driver's license wrong. Or
It must
B,
have been hell in school.
oh yeah,
Faye,
yeah,
nice.
all the
No.
time. No. I'm like, Faye, and just sit there.
I'd imagine
Faye,
trying
and
to
I'd be
fucking
like,
learn how to
here,
spell
but
your
somehow
own last name in
you-
elementary school. Like, I don't... This is... What is it? W-I-C-K-L... It's 8. That's like a third of the alphabet in my name. Not repeated, just randomized.
Also, I just glanced up and I watched Coyote, like, try to refuse to use hand sanitizer. He looked like borderline offended that his cameraman just tried. I don't know what he was doing. He just looked at hand sanitizer like it was Satan, and I'm just like, okay.
It's Coyote Peterson. You can find him on YouTube. He gets stung by shit.
He's Midwestern.
Quality
fucking
Quality plug. Fuck you, pay me. Not sponsored by fucking, what's it called? Breaking Trail. Coyote Peterson.
Brave Wilderness.
Brave Wilderness.
Yeah.
Fuck you, pay me.
Yeah.
I mean, not really. Just reach out. Like a simple thanks would
Just
be
a nice
great.
ope would be good.
Yeah,
Ohio
hit me,
boy.
hit me with an Ohio ope.
It's like a quarter-second soundbite.
An Ohio ope. I mean, let's just run with that. Just say hi, man. We like your stuff.
It's really entertaining. Whereas, like, we grew up on an Aussie going, "Oi!" and now we've got this fucking Ohio.
Oh, what
and
a beauty!
yeah, and then we got this guy who's like, "I'm gonna get stung by a tarantula hawk wasp." Oh,
Well, that sucked.
oh, that really hurt.
Oh, not as bad as the fucking Packers losing the biggest game of the season there. Wait, no, Ohio doesn't.
No,
Bengals, yeah, Cincinnati Bengals. There you
And
go.
I
Don't
gotta say,
forget-
like, I was out there, and
Don't forget.
Cincinnati hates the Bengals, so
Well, there's the Browns too.
yeah, nobody.
Oh.
We always
Again, yeah,
do
exactly.
forget
Who?
the Browns. Yeah.
Who?
Hey.
Was I talking?
Are these
Sorry.
teams?
I,
or
I blacked out for a second.
are you just
Sorry.
naming colors?
The Browns
things?
and the
I don't-
Bengals. Things
Yes,
that
these are
start
B
with-
words.
Yeah, things that start with
So is pathetic.
I'm on fire.
You should probably get off my couch. It was a cheap couch, but it does the job.
As he gets up and why is he in the water?
Don't worry about
sorry.
it.
I keep glancing up and just seeing
Stop
nonsense.
asking questions. Just
So, can we talk about shitty holiday candy?
What about
circus
it?
peanuts.
Well,
Fuck circus peanuts.
Fuck circus peanuts
I-
year round.
I like.
You
Of
like
course
those
you
things?
do. Look at him. Have you not seen anything less than contrarian about this human?
Really?
Yeah, I like.
Do you know they're supposed? You know what the flavor's supposed to be?
I don't know, ass.
Banana. It's supposed to be banana. Have you ever eaten a circus
believe
peanut and thought banana?
No, I think sugary styrofoam,
It's
like actual
fucking-
packing peanuts, just dipped in
In
Jello
orange
and
with
sugar.
slight orange.
Yeah,
It's-
like,
oh my god! No, I was thinking was when we were at the gas station earlier. They have the because after Halloween's over, like fuck everything you know.
Yeah,
It's just
it's
Christmas
Christmas
for 2
now.
months.
Mm-hmm.
Reese's has fucking rolled out their peanut butter cup trees, and I don't know if you've noticed in the last couple years they
they've
no
gotten
longer look
less
like
tree
trees.
shaped. Yeah,
They're
they're
just,
slowly
like-
becoming.
It
just
looks like an
triangles.
actual turd.
Yeah.
It just looks like a small,
Like
less
they-
nutty
They
turd.
stopped trying. Like the mold's melted, and they're just.
Yeah.
They don't even bullshit you on the package anymore.
No, it's a picture of just like
Like a turd on the-
nonsense.
I almost
shape.
fucking bought one just
Just
to have proof of like, look at this. But I was standing at the counter and I'm like, this is a tree? This isn't even the vague, like, shitty cookie cutter tree that we all had growing up. Like,
It's
a
not
stump.
even a triangle with a stump underneath it.
it's
just
nothing. It's fucking nothing. Like, if I was just, like, draw a turd and gave you a piece of chalk, you would go squiggle, 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 flat, squiggle, squiggle, and make it round, and that's exactly what they look like. And I can't imagine if they're not even willing to put in the effort to use an old photo from 10 years ago that made it look like a fucking tree to trick you into buying it.
Yeah, but that's like the fucking
This is totally
Hungry
what you
Man,
get.
the Hungry Man reviews where he's like, Mexican Fiesta, and he looks at the box and he's like, this doesn't even look like
That's not
food.
even a food.
What is this supposed to be?
We're referring to a brutal movie. We're just plugging all kinds of motherfuckers. Fuck you, pay me.
All we can do is reference better things. We're sorry.
But it's a Brutal Moose video where he reviewed 3 Hungry Man TV dinners, and he did Salisbury steak, fried chicken, and Mexican-style fiesta, which is a problem right off the bat, and he admits that. That's not a food.
That's not a food. That's not trying to be anything.
It's a celebration. And
Like, they're supposed to be enchiladas, so why not just say enchiladas?
Enchiladas with beans.
Because
and
white people,
something,
that's
yeah.
why.
Well, I think more accurately, it's because even given the photo on the box, I don't think that they would legally be allowed to call them enchiladas.
No, it's
frozen
fucking
sadness.
terrible.
It's Mexican style sadness.
People would buy that, especially in the existential generation that is millennials.
The meme lords.
Frozen sadness. I'm
Having
in.
some sadness tonight.
Like, the hashtags are just eaten up at that point. The best part being
At least
is
the hashtags are getting eaten up. You know it's not getting eaten up. The fucking Mexican style sadness.
the best part being when he turned around one of the boxes and he's like, okay, I gotta show you this. They're trying to sell chicken and waffles, but the chicken or the waffles do not look like food at all, much less chicken or waffles. And how bad is it when even the picture doesn't look like food?
Yeah, because it's one thing when, you know, the box art, whatever you want to call it, looks like, yeah, awesome. And then you open it, it's like, what the fuck
This
is
doesn't
this?
look like that.
And
It's
then
like ordering Taco Bell ever.
I mean, that's why you got to give credit to Michelinas.
Oh no, Michelinas looks like shit on the package and looks like shit in the food.
It looks like glamorized shit.
Yeah.
They fucking ran it through a couple filters.
Yeah.
They hit it with some decent lighting. But
Hashtag no filter.
They
it's
shined it up. And
Yeah. They fucking Miyagi'd that shit, and it's fine now. But it looks like what you're getting. So if it looks like shit and you're like, okay.
It's like looking
you
at
know what
almost
you're getting
any-
yourself into,
yeah.
so it's...
Yeah.
There's no one to blame except you when you're sitting like, what the fuck is
It's like when we got those fucking microwave Velveeta meals and they're like, lasagna!
Oh my god.
And you look
Holy
at the box and you're like, that looks like
I'm sure-
squish and maybe some noodles in it.
I'm sure they sell these at your work.
Oh, of course.
The Velveeta, like, Cheesums meals.
Yeah.
What did you have? The Mexican. Again, the Mexican. Why not just fucking call it rice and cheese?
I had, well, no, that one was called, I think, Mexican style beans and rice or something like that.
As opposed
Where like,
to...
yeah, like it was not.
As opposed to white trash beans.
Yeah, it kind of told you that it's Mexican flavored and there's some beans and rice, and then the description is like
Again with the
I
combo.
love, the best part about me just cutting into a clean old Mexican. It's just the flavor.
The
flavor.
bean
The,
and rice.
the bean and
It's
rice, just
cumin and chili powder
like
all
a-
up in that bitch.
like a savory pinata, just pouring out of the Mexican that I caught in the desert.
Just may or may
and-
not have just killed.
and tried to convince that I was gonna coyote him across Coyote Peterson. Fuck you, pay me. I was gonna coyote him across the border, and instead I pulled the
Yeet
Dahmer
him
on
over
that
the
bitch.
wall.
Hashtag Wisconsin Pride, and I cut him open, and it just you know what I'm talking about, right? Like it's just
Mexican, just beans and rice and corn.
that's what's inside of all Mexicans.
You know what white people from the Midwest bleed? Ranch. Okay, so
That's very true.
I don't
You don't bleed ranch.
I don't like ranch.
You don't like ranch.
No.
All right, so now you're
He
0
likes
for 2.
black
You
peanuts.
don't like ranch, yeah, and you like circus peanuts.
I
I'm
also
very
like-
confused
I also
here,
like
sir.
black licorice, so I'm like a 70-year-old
I
person.
invited you to be on this podcast because I thought you had something to bring to the table. Now I'm finding out after the fact. Circus peanuts don't like ranch, and black licorice. Okay, let me ask you this then. Have you had Good and Plenty's?
Yeah.
Is it strictly black licorice, or is there like a fruity...
There's coating on them.
Is it a fruity coating, or is it just like a
No,
vanilla
it's
No,
coating?
it's like a candy.
Like an
corn.
M&M?
Yeah,
type
only-
deal? Just a sugar coating?
Mhm.
That's disappointing. I was really hoping that there would be some other flavor in a Good and Plenty that's not...
Not black. Anything to kill the taste of.
Yeah, because I don't think, when I think black licorice, black licorice, I don't
You
think...
didn't even drink that yet, right?
I don't think Good and Plenty. I think,
Help me.
like sad and adequate,
just
I guess.
Good and plenty. Sad in some amount.
Sad and something.
Saturday night.
It's not air, which I suppose... See, here's the fucked up thing, though. I fucking hate black licorice, but I adore Jägermeister.
Yeah, I don't
Like, I
don't
love
understand that. I
Jägermeister.
don't follow how you can do both, but I'm
There you
also
go. There's a liquor you might like. You right?
Well, yeah,
Jaeger?
I said that. Yeah,
There's-
that's like the only one that I can actually drink without just wanting to die right
Sweet.
away.
Then
Which
next
is
time
funny
I'll
because
get
I'll
some
watch
Jaeger
him
and we can
drink with
actually
like our
enjoy it.
super alcoholic friends, and he orders Jaeger, and the rest of us are like, "Whoa!" But we're already on like our 5th drink and 8th shot, and we're like, "Why are we?" Because it's
Well,
Jaeger. Most people.
Because it's me, and anytime there's actually some sort of container of alcohol in my hand, everyone's like, "What's going on over there? Hey, hey, whoa!"
Hey, everybody, look at that! He's
Where's-
drinking alcohol.
That's-
Like the
So
twice I've
fucked
seen
up.
him drunk is just like a marvel of humanity. I'm just like, what?
What's that like? What is drunk Mike like?
I talk
You've
too much,
seen it once here,
and then I apologize for how much I'm talking repeatedly.
and then he hands over his keys and says he's gonna
So,
sleep on the couch.
so the irony of the situation is that you talk too much and you apologize for it, but in apologizing for it, you
Yeah,
still
way
talk
too much.
too
Yeah,
goddamn
I talk.
much.
Yeah, even more. It's a very painful cycle for anyone else involved. I'm
Oh,
sure.
it's fucking beautiful. I love
and
the irony's
like
not
the
lost
only
on me.
times I've seen it, it's just us being like, you're not talking more or less than usual. It's just that when you do talk, you want everybody to actually pay attention, whereas usually you don't.
And you can fuck right off with that.
Yeah.
If you think that anybody's going to pay attention to you, I don't know. No.
Newsflash? No.
Yeah, newsflash, bud. Let me tell you something.
This is actually an intervention. This is the whole plan. No one gives a fuck about you.
Yeah, this whole
I don't need an
podcast
intervention for that.
was just to make it clear to go fuck yourself.
No. Well,
Well,
You're gonna hit the fucking trick with the.
luckily this is like a super extra large because my mom.
Why is it so big? Yeah.
I have no idea.
Does your mom not know what size you are?
I think it was just like it said large, but because this is just a large.
But it was large by
But-
hockey fan
yeah.
standards.
yeah, it's large. But
Got you.
it's like when you buy like wrestling shirts.
Oh yeah, and
You
like,
buy wrestling t-shirt large for dudes, and it's like a fucking 10.
Like a
But you
blanket,
buy
yeah.
like a small for women, and it's like a children's small, and you're like, Vince, at least make room for titties. In either side of the
No,
situation.
big sweaty men. That's all he knows. So
they're not tits, they're pecs.
and women just don't exist.
That's true.
I mean, I don't watch wrestling, so
I love your enunciation on that was very jarring. Wrestling.
Was it?
I don't-
Yeah,
I
it
don't
was very
watch
jarring
the
because nobody ever
Grapples.
says that. It's wrestling.
Wrestling.
Razzling, and a little good old razzle razzle.
Wrestling.
I'm gonna watch. I'm
Wrestling.
gonna go home. I have to watch the wrestling.
the wrestling.
The wrestling, kind of like
I mean,
I'm
I
gonna go to
finally
Belgium.
canceled my
Blazer on,
subscription
too.
to the wrestling $9.99. So
The wrestling $9.99. $9.99. Also, we haven't watched. We fucking canceled our
yeah.
WWE
Yeah.
Network subscription because Vince has
It
no
was-
fucking idea what
it
he's
was
doing.
finally enough where like the best part is every official WWE post for the last like Saudi Arabia event, every post the comments were just like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen, like #cancel, I'm canceling right now, I canceled in the middle of the show, I'm going
Just-
to fucking this company or this company, I'm not coming back until I figure it out, I can't believe they did this. And I'm just like, I kind of feel bad for the people working social media right now. Like, they have nothing to do with it.
Don't they know what motherfucker they're working for?
Yeah, and at the same time, fuck you.
I'm calling you out, Vince. Fucking Claude.
Well, you know he's listening to this.
I know this is it. This is, look, we're gonna publish it.
We're
Where,
gonna
I don't know.
hashtag it.
Because we have no name, so, and we've brought it full circle. We have no name, so I need a domain.
This candle's named Weekend Retreat. You want to just call it that?
No, I mean, I was kind of like,
That puts a schedule on you guys, I feel like. So
I mean,
Yeah.
you're into this motherfucker now. And granted, not like, we couldn't find somebody to fill a position for a weekend if we needed to, but
Yeah, but not anybody that would actually, like, speak conversationally.
oh, some of our friends are gonna hear this and be like, well, fuck you, and be like, then let's do this.
Yeah.
Show up.
And then come here and
Come
eat
before the
egg.
panel of the 3 judges,
Yeah.
and at the end of it, if we feel that's a yes for me, dog,
Yeah.
then we can fucking, you're going to Vegas.
I don't want to be Simon. Don't make me Simon.
I'll be Simon. I don't give a fuck. You want to be Randy?
Sure.
By the way,
He wants to be his own entity.
you
at
gotta
all
hit him. You
times.
gotta hit him with a dog, though. No matter what it is, that's a no from me, dog. Go fuck yourself, dog.
Just whatever it is, just throw that in.
Just,
Dog.
I'm impartial, dog.
I don't give a fuck.
I'm indifferent to what has
Dog.
happened here tonight, dog. It's all the same thing. But seriously, what the fuck do we call what just happened here?
What just happened here?
I feel like that's taken.
Weren't we gonna say this was something?
Yeah.
I was kicking around the idea of like that was a show or the show or some show, but that's
Well, it's a big show.
I even thought about like I was trying to come up with acronyms for shit. I was gonna do WWW because that's oddly relevant, which is whatever we want. Like I thought that was kind of neat, but I like the randomness of shit like bonus quesadilla. Because
I am oddly attached to bonus quesadilla.
Bonus quesadilla should not ring as well as it does.
But it's something where, like, if I saw it in a list of fucking podcasts...
What the fuck did I pitch you earlier? Because we could use the moniker DP. What the fuck was DP about?
I don't know.
Oh, Discount Podcast.
Yeah.
I thought Discount Podcast was funny because then you could just put DP. Or you could use we'd use taglines like, it's not your mom's DP. Like, that's a good one. Come on. We could hide inside your dad's fat ass. Anyway, sorry. Not your dad's fat ass, but their dad's fat ass. Again, referencing a much better podcast, although they'll probably
He can't
dispute
go
that.
10 minutes without referencing this fucking podcast.
I'm not going to plug it, because I've already plugged 2 things this show. Fuck you, pay me. I'm not... I'll just
Coyote's
say...
better than us to begin with, so...
Coyote is just pure. Let's focus on the task at hand here, goddammit. I would really like to end this episode having some kind of...
Actual
direction.
conclusion.
Yeah, as to what the fuck the name was.
You wanted the podcast to not have a direction, so...
This is the only direction I want.
I'm sticking on bonus quesadilla, man.
We started with the topic of we have no fucking names. And we've gone through shitty holiday candy and better shows than us and being white trash and we've...
fuck you, Vince McMahon, because I just want to say that as many times as I can in my life.
Just... I mean, I can title the episode that. It's not...
Fuck you, Vince McMahon?
It's not going to play well
we will be canceled in like 10 minutes once we fucking publish it anywhere. Vince is a crafty sumbitch. He can't remember who won last week on Raw, but he will find you.
Can I don't know, can we title it Fuck You, Rinse Your Hands? It's just far enough. You can't get sued for calling somebody out, for saying fuck you to somebody.
The amount of people who have said fuck you, Vince McMahon, in a public forum is insurmountable.
You know, that might be good, though, because it took us pretty much the entire show to get to just the one fuck you, Vince McMahon. That's a draw, as they say in the industry. Are they talking about wrestling
for the whole fucking show? No. For like 2 minutes. Hashtag cancel.
How great if anybody actually listens to this, I'm just going to title the episode that. And if you're listening and you have made it this far into it and just now realized what the fucking ploy of that was, don't hate the player, hate the game.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I can give you like one factoid you might not know. Nobody but Roman Reigns and Vince McMahon and Triple H knew that Roman Reigns had cancer until he announced it live on
spoilers!
TV.
Whoa! Roman's got cancer? Is that a sign or?
Yes. He's a cancer, so he dropped his
fucking
title.
ironic. Can you look that up? Is Roman Reigns a cancer? Because the irony is...
I doubt it.
That's quite potent, if that's...
It's much like the Scorpions that fucking coyote, the coyote is playing with. We need a name.
I'm going bonus quesadilla, and I know you're not going to run with it, so I'm not giving you another fucking idea.
I'm real on the fence. I just want to see if there's anything that could possibly shadow bonus quesadilla. I like bonus quesadilla.
May 25th. What's May 25th?
If it's it could be Taurus or something else.
No, Taurus ends before that.
Because I'm a Taurus, and I'm on the 10th.
Aries? I never remember what fucking Aries is.
I know
wonder if I can
whatever
look
my
up
brother
sign.
is, but I don't remember because he's on the 24th.
Wow, really? That's really.
I don't pay attention to signs at all.
I was waiting for you to be like, I don't pay attention to my brother at all.
Well, that too.
He's a Gemini?
He's a Gemini.
Which is fucking
also
really
not
odd.
Shocking, really.
It's not shocking. Well, I mean, it's not shocking, but it is because Geminis are known for not shutting the fuck up and being able to talk all the time, and that dude cannot cut a promo.
That dude can't cut a promo to actually save his career.
Ooh,
but
ouch. That's a deep cut. I'm going to retcon that from this episode.
I didn't say save his life, I said career because I know better. The man's a human being. Hey, butt pictures. Sorry.
So, okay, we're
flawless
stuck.
transition.
We're stuck. Segues are weird, right? Much like Cheez-Its. So, bonus quesadilla. It's good. I like that one. Can we throw...
Is that like... can't even talk. Duh. Is that the kind of thing like you want it to be? Just like a random name kind of thing like that, or like something
I'm open
like
to
clever?
I'm open to anything because I don't want this. Clearly, I don't want this to be a formatted show. Like, I want it to be freeform.
Yeah, but you want a name that makes sense,
I mean
so
the
I
name,
can't give you that.
I do, but I don't. Like, the only
That's
thing
not
I'm on
helping us, man.
the only thing I'm on the well, what do you call a fucking freeform podcast that's about nothing and everything at the
That's
same
why
time?
I was just like, I'm
Seinfeld?
sticking with fucking...
No, I don't. No,
That's
stop.
it.
Stop.
That's it. We'll call it Swinefeld. Because it's just, you know, it's gross.
Obviously.
It's gross. But seriously though, what do you call everything and nothing? I don't. Bonus quesadilla is good. I like bonus quesadilla. I like quesadillas, whether they're...
It's a bonus.
Yeah, I like it. Whatever.
I mean, what do you call everything and nothing? A singularity, a black hole, my life,
Too real.
Too real. You got existential crisis.
We can call it existential crisis.
They would probably give the
joke.
wrong. They give the
Yeah,
wrong
that
idea.
would definitely... it would
People are
definitely
like,
come
okay,
off
whoa,
weird.
no.
Existentially laughing? I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
Too many
Existentially yours.
I actually kind of like that one, existentially
Because I
yours.
feel like I'd actually sign a letter that way. Existentially yours. Shelby.
Okay, so now we've got bonus quesadilla and existentially yours.
Existential
It's-
quesadilla.
But it's not about food, but it is
Who
about food.
cares?
Could
It's
be
about
food.
anything.
Existential quesadilla. I don't know that those two work together.
That's
It's like
the
too
point.
many syllables.
Yeah, am I alone on that? Like,
That's a lot of syllables. I'm not going to give you anything other than, yeah, you're right. That's a lot of fucking
because like
syllables.
realistically, the face-to-face marketing opportunities that we're gonna have for something like this is like. When
Have you
we're at
ever
a
heard of
convention.
existential quesadilla? Would definitely get people's attention.
That would, but
If you have
also,
pins.
also, there's this podcast called Bonus Quesadilla. See, but there's got to be a tagline behind it, and that's
You
again.
didn't expect it, but you might like it.
That's a good one. I like that. I was thinking in the same vein, like the podcast you didn't know you wanted until you had it. Like that's why I like the discount podcast. It's not your mom's DP. That's fucking hilarious. I'm sorry, but
Don't apologize.
you're right. It's
Don't-
fucking
yeah.
hilarious. Fuck you. Don't be a prude. But yeah, and I like that. Hit me with it one more time. But say it was put some stank on it. Put some stank on it and just lay it on thick. Like I'm gonna pick it up for 2 seasons. Hit me with the tag. What's your tagline? I like the name of the show. What's your tagline?
You didn't expect it, but you might like it.
Could also work for DP.
I'm gonna have to concur, dog.
It's like, I don't know what you want from me
Oh
right now.
man, that's fucking great. Thank you. Thank you so much for hitting that dog note. That's the best. Fuck, we're gonna end it without a name.
Yeah, because you won't fucking pick one. This is your
This
fault
isn't.
now.
No, this is. Whoa, this is
Yeah,
not my
this
fault.
is
This
your
Alright,
fault
this is
now.
clearly a domestic issue.
This
I will
is
see
not
myself
just,
out.
This is not just on me. I mean, we can concur. Fine, we'll end the episode, and I don't know. I'll title. Well, I can't. You'll know by the time the episode goes up. You'll know what the fucking name is because clearly we have to have a name to publish it. So that was and I don't
Good
know.
luck spelling that out. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna put that there right now.
I mean, that was the show, and fucking congrats, guys. We went an hour. Fuck yeah.
It felt like 10 minutes. So.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's all
The
I
only
wanted.
way I knew that time had passed is I knew that this video was like an hour and a half long, and I'm like, it's still going. So
It's
we
difficult
haven't
for
hit
me
that.
because I'm literally checking and looking at the time frame and going mentally the whole time. I'm like, all right, we've made it 40 minutes. We're 3/4 of the way there. Like we just gotta
Just keep bullshitting. Just keep.
2/3. Excuse me, I can math. We're 2/3 of the way there. We just gotta go. Yeah, let's just keep. That's fucking. But we did it. That's awesome.
You don't have to be Steve with the math. It's fine.
You're right. I don't. I'm not going to.
Nobody
Be.
needs to be stay with the random math for no reason.
So, oh fuck, I didn't come up with a. There's no man. This is a real free format show. Improv, ladies and gentlemen.
We don't fucking.
We don't know what we're doing, but that's fine because it's gonna get better and we're gonna figure it out as we go, and that's kind of the exciting part. Like, I'm just excited that we fucking made it an hour of full conversation the entire
Made
time.
an hour without stopping and being like, wait, no, it's just like, I'm gonna interject this thing that we're totally having a conversation about. I'm gonna just veer it this way, and we're never coming back.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, that was the first 8 seconds.
I mean, I really did want to talk about shitty holiday candy, but Mostly it
I
was just a
never
love
even
letter to
finished
fuck you,
talking
candy
about
corn,
it.
so that's fine.
I was gonna say that, and then we veered off
Yeah,
track immediately.
we can just say it now. Fuck you, candy corn. Like it just gets
Oh,
lost.
and fuck candy corn trying to like masquerade as
Beat
other
other
flavors.
things.
And
Yeah.
do
like the
fucking-
Malacream bullshit.
Yeah,
And the strawberry fucking what? Yeah, fuck all
strawberry
that.
cream or whatever.
Fuck
yeah,
all that.
Fuck all of it.
Candy corn is bullshit, and it's all been recycled since the 70s. It's the same stock, and this flavored shit is just a slightly thin layer of lies.
You make that the name.
A
Slightly
thin layer of
thin
lies.
layer of lies.
But either way, yeah, everybody will know when it goes up because there has to be a name. And
3 out of 10.
Yeah, I know. It's really weird.
yeah, that's a rent, don't buy. So
Not even.
it's look at it on the shelf. Don't rent it. Don't buy it. Just flip it over and go nope. Put it back. So name will be up. I don't know. We'll figure it out. And that's a show, guys. Congratulations. Give yourself a little golf clap because that was good.
Do you want to hear it? Or...
Yeah, you gotta hear it a little bit. Just that was good. Well done.
It sounds like
This could easily
fapping.
be. Yeah. Little do they
fapping.
know.
We're just
We have-
spitballing names.
Yeah, like, we haven't even had pants on this whole time. We weren't even clapping there.
There was an orgy happening the entire time we were conversing.
There was shit.
Is that why I'm sticky?
Yeah, I was sitting over here like, I don't. What the fuck?
No, that's the melted candy corn. See, there it is. Thanks for listening, or not. Nobody's listening. Nobody's listening.
I mean, I'm listening because I'm here.
We
Well,
call
right.
it nobody's listening. So,
There we go. See, now I'm just saying, we have to end. I have to end the episode. At some point, I have to end the episode. So
we're
thanks.
gonna continue stupid
we're like talking, you just cut it off.
Yeah. Just, I mean, how funny would it actually fucking be if I just like legit fucking. Hey everyone, thank you so much for checking out the very first episode of Discount Podcast. I've wanted to do a podcast for a long time now, and I'm so happy that it came out the way I wanted it to. I really hope that you all enjoyed it, and if you've made it this far, thank you so much for supporting us and giving us a chance. Until we get a website up and get on the Apple Store and Google Play, the episodes will be going up on YouTube, so please, if you enjoyed it, throw it a like and share it to others you think might enjoy it. Also, we have a group on Facebook for the show. Just search Discount Podcast and join up. We will be involving the fans, you guys, in future episodes, asking for questions we can answer and topics we can discuss. Again, thank you so much for giving us a chance, and we hope to keep making the show for a long time.